Yo, you're listening to All Elite Podcast. Boom.
And it is the worst podcast ever. We lied. Ow!
Scorpio Sky, Oxford Daniels, Clifton, SoCal, Central Door, SCU.
This is Isaiah Cassidy. I'm Mark Quinn, and we're Private Podcast.
This is the All Elite Podcast,
You're listening to the All Elite Podcast,
which happens to be the worst podcast I've ever been on. SCU.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the All Elite Podcast, right here in the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I'm your host of the All Elite Podcast, your self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host. She's the EVP of Giggles, she's a heartbreak chick, and the queen of the indies herself. That's Tiffany.
Oh boy, we're extra.
Extra.
We're a little extra. I don't know.
We're extra psyched because we're going to Fyter Fest. Well, we're not going, but Fyter Fest is next week. And yeah, I know. I wish I was going to. Boo. Boo, okay. COVID. Boo.
We'll get to something eventually again.
Yes, but we're here doing the Fyter Fest predictions for you guys. Going to preview and predict both nights, and then how it's going to work out next week when night one happens. We're going to do the night one review on the Thursday. We're still going to be here Thursday live at 7 p.m. on YouTube, the Periscope, and the Facebook Live. Going to be on all those, the platforms. And then night two, we'll do the review the day after that as well. So kind of still fits in. We're still good. Still good.
Yeah.
Still good.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
You know what? It's been a while.
Yeah. You know
I think we need to bring back.
Oh, God.
Fat Pharaoh.
Oh, he's back. Oh. Jeez, where have you been? Where's that troublemaker been?
I don't know.
That's scary.
He's been hiding.
Was he in quarantine?
He's a little troublemaker. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know.
He doesn't
but
look
he's
any
back.
slimmer. That's for sure.
No, gyms are closed, man. Like, can't go anywhere, can't work out. Like, so he's back.
You know how they call it the freshman 15? It's called the COVID 15. He's gained that COVID 15.
Oh, jeez.
Which I'm afraid to look at his scale right now. So I'm gonna have to start doing some DDP yoga, I think.
We're gonna have to do something because all that hard work that we did for the Full Gear Challenge is when and we need to get back into the All Out Challenge with Queen.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Queen. Don't kill me.
Yeah, I started, then I stopped, and then like now this week I've been trying to get back on track.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. I was like, I'm not liking this. And what's making it worse is with my illness and everything like that, with all the weight gain back, and it's like it's not good. So I need to
It's tough.
just for that. It's
definitely
hard
tough.
and it's hot.
It's
So
hot. We're getting into the dog days of the summer soon. Anywho, Rihu, we are here live on YouTube, guys. Thank you for joining us for the preview and predictions for Fyter Fest. As you can see, Tiff, you're rocking a green today. You like? Are you in a green type of mood?
Yes, I'm very greedy.
It's very green today.
I'm very green today. I just felt like going green today.
I'm rocking my brand new. It finally came in my Dawn shirt, my Double or Nothing on the back as I watched at home. Love this T-shirt. Been waiting for it to come in. I know pro wrestling tees have been tough with their orders and backed up because obviously with COVID and everything that's happened, it's tough with all the shipping. And they've said that the shipping could take longer, especially now because I'm in Canada, so it's going to take even longer. I finally got it. This shirt is just amazing. It's very comfortable. I love when you order the premium quality.
Yeah,
from pro wrestling tees, it's very nice. It's very good. And Mrs. Masters actually loves the V-necks from them. So to her, the V-necks are perfect. I don't know how it works for other women because obviously I don't know because I'm never gonna order a V-neck because that just wouldn't be flattering on me. That's for sure. You get the little trickles of hair poking out. Anywho, Rihu.
Hey, whatever you're into. No judgments.
No judgments here. No. Guys, we're gonna preview and predict both nights here on the show. Give you guys our thoughts on kind of like what we think is gonna happen. Give you guys who we think is gonna win, and it comes down like me and Tiff do a competition with these predictions. And I'm just pulling out my notes here because we did have to talk about Dark.
We tied at Double or Nothing.
Yes.
So
here we go. Rubber match, Tiff. Put your dukes up. Go and
I'm
fight.
Let's go.
We need to have a press conference like they did this week, and me and Tiff there.
Oh, should we have a press conference? We should talk about this before air. We should have a press conference.
We gotta do that. We gotta do that before the next pay-per-view.
We need a belt, Kyle. We need like an AEP belt. It's like whoever has it. Didn't we say we were gonna do this, and then it was like for the year?
I think we should.
We can hold it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do something like this. We're gonna have to make like a plastic belt,
and the losers gotta pay for the shipping to get sent to the other person.
Hey, I'm down with that. We can do that. I'm definitely down.
Idea.
Yeah, I think we're gonna figure something out. We're gonna make an AEP belt, and we're gonna do that. So
it should be too hard to make.
I think no, it'd be cool because I think you want to do it like every paper. Well, we can't do it every pay-per-view.
No, it's got to be like the end of the year because if Revolution's their main one,
I think What happened to the crown? I don't know. Like I think I threw the crown out because it was falling apart. I got to get a new crown. Right? Remember the Burger Queen?
Yes.
You call me the Burger Queen? I don't know, but I like the idea of like a belt that we could
like a BK crown
for each other. Yeah, it was not though.
It wasn't the actual.
It was not the BK crown. Okay, it was actually from Party City. It was not a Burger King crown. I do not eat Burger King at all. I don't like it.
Burger King's nasty. I'm just saying. It's even nasty up here in Canada.
If I eat it, I get deathly sick. So no Burger King for me. I went to Party City and I bought a crown. But I like the idea of me and Kyle creating an AAP belt that we hold for the year. So like really I should be holding the 2019 belt because I won the predictions in 2019.
Oh yeah. Yes.
What do you mean? Okay,
I guess no. I no, not that. I guess we don't have like a convener to hold the belt, so I guess can I do it that way? But before we go anywhere, guys, before we get into just briefly bring up Dark and BTE, just gonna quickly touch base with the tournament.
Okay.
Just want to make sure it looks like I'm frozen on my end on YouTube. I don't want to make sure before we go anywhere that we're okay.
Yeah, it's like on and off.
No, I think we're back. We're good. I think we're good. Okay. Weird. Haven't had issues in a while, but sure enough, issues always happen. always happen with live podcasts. But anywho, Rihu, guys, the AEP Twitter tournament, if you guys have been keeping up to that, keep up to date with that. The polls ended right before the podcast ended, and I finally have the results. Tiffany, we have a finals. We have a final set for the AEP tournament, and I'll just reveal to you guys the results of these brackets. We'll start with the left side. Chris Jericho defeated Cody Rhodes in a both matchups were not even close. So there's an overwhelming support for Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho defeated Cody Rhodes. He'll be going to the finals of our AEP Twitter World Championship. On the right side of the bracket, it'll be Kenny Omega, who defeated Darby Allin, and another guy. It wasn't close. I don't understand. Usually they're closer with all the other rounds, but these ones weren't close at all. So Kenny Omega will face Chris Jericho in the finals of the AEP Twitter World Championship. Yes. Ooh. So that'll be interesting to see who wins that one. We have about 6 people left from the voting. And then, guys, whoever wins, I believe it's 3 apiece. So there's 3 people who voted for Kenny, 3 people voted for Jericho.
I like that graphic.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't see it till just now. I like it.
So whoever wins, so whether it's Jericho or Kenny Omega, the 3 people who picked that certain superstar will go into a random draw for a $50 Shop AEW gift card. So whoever's left, I believe, I don't have the list completely in front of me here, but whoever's left, make sure you retweeting those polls and getting people to vote for your picked AEW superstar, and then we'll do a tournament at a later date in time. I think I want to include more women this time with the next one. So
yes, do it.
So that's done. We're going to briefly talk about Dark Dynamite and BT this week. So we will start with BTE. We'll start at the beginning of the week. So BTE, okay. They got to change something, Tiff. I noticed they've been doing, I've seen it a couple of weeks on BT, and I think we have a point here because we've said it for forever with Brandon Cutler. Every time they show Cutler footage, they put in the bottom right corner, Cutler Cam. It's not Cutler Cam. It's Cutler footage. Okay? Whoever the BT production guy is, I think is Matt or Nick. Guys, come on. Listen to him. You know what? Cutler, you got to get on this too, man. I'm blaming you too. It's got to say Cutler footage. Right?
I'll never forget when me and Kyle were at StarCast and we're standing in line waiting, and then we saw him walk by and me and Kyle are holding the sign. We're like, Cutler footage! And he turned around. He's like, hey, guys.
Yes, that picture. I don't have it with me right off the bat here. Wish I did, but me and Tiff, I made a sign that said Cutler footage. I got him to sign it when we met him. Guy's like the most humble and nicest guy on the face of the planet. But yeah, come on, Cutler Cam.
I'm gonna clip this and we're gonna post it, and you guys, you have to retweet it. Like, I'm gonna clip this
and put retweet with hashtag Cutler footage in it.
Yes, Cutler footage. Let's get that going, because even he was putting it in his pictures as well. Remember, like he was putting it on his Twitter, he was putting it on his Instagram, and he said that we started the whole Cutler footage thing. So
shame. Anywho, so they start out BT with the Matt Hardy explains things with the baby face. Yeah. The word was baby face this week.
Baby.
Someone's got to make a compilation of all those. Those were pretty funny. I'd love to watch a whole video of him just explaining different terms. Like, wait, pause the multiverse. So it looks like Kenny and Colt are done from what we got this week on BTE. Colt was like trying to like tag him, like tapping him on the shoulder, going, chase me. And then Kenny was basically just having none of it. He wants to be serious. He wants to get back to business, being the old Kenny. But he warned him, like, next time I see you, next time you want to try doing this, you're dead. So it's kind of over, but maybe not completely. But it kind of looks like they're veering off from that, maybe because what's happening to Colt on Dynamite this week, which we'll get into. This was a hilarious part of BTE, though. Brandon Cutler and the best friends with the golf cart. So like Brandon Cutler's looking for the best friends. They come at him in a golf cart, and he's asking for their bit, and they just put it in reverse and then reverse down the hall.
I'm done. That was funny. I love it. It just.
Now, Tiff, you must have loved this next part, the Spanglish part.
Oh,
so this week's.
I want more of this. This could be on all the time. Like, I can't speak Spanish for the life of me or whatever. So, like, I'm cracking up at all this stuff. But I marked out so hard with the chancleta.
Yeah.
Because
I seen that. I'm like, oh, that's Tiff right there. Tiff's going to lose her mind over this.
I like how they were calling it the Hispanic kryptonite. I was dying. I was like, oh my God, it's so true. Like, with the chancleta. And I love it because it was like, also kind of like passed down to like Matt Awesome and stuff like that. So Matt Awesome uses that in his gimmick as well. So I love that. And then I love the clip. We see it's not part of BTE, but the whole thing with Private Party and Big Swole. I'm sure you saw that clip going around that Big Swole came out. Well, she wasn't the chocolate but she came out with the belt and then she started like.
That was in the IG.
Party.
The IG because Private Party were taking over IG on Instagram. People don't know what that means on Dynamite.
Oh my goodness, too funny, too
That's
funny.
Right. But the two Spanish food words were hamburger. I can't say it with a Spanish accent. Don't yell at me, people. And hot doc, like DOC, hot doc.
Like hot dog.
Yeah, like hot dog. That'd be the New York way of saying it. Avalon and Cutler kind of had like a little thing. They were trying to get along at first, but then like 15 seconds later, just nothing.
Can we get this feud already? Can we please?
Poor Leva feud? Though. Like poor Leva.
I know, but you know what's gonna happen. Like this feud is gonna happen, and I really believe this is gonna be the start of like Brandon Cutler, like of his winning streak. I think once he wrestles Peter Avalon, that's when this is all. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Like we need justice for Brandon Cutler.
Cutler footage.
So
justice for two things now. Private Party and Nick Jackson. Private Party were looking to get on the card for Dynamite. They're looking at the board and they couldn't find themselves. Nick Jackson, like, we couldn't fit you guys on the card. And they're like, well, what do you mean? There's only 4 matches.
Yeah, we have nothing for creative.
And then they think it's a rib again. And then they do the whole dead ass thing.
Oh my God, I can't. Isaiah kills me. Him all up in the screen. He's like, oh, this ain't water. Oh, like I can't. His facials, like I love it.
If anyone didn't see their Instagram whole like takeover, I watched all the clips. Those were freaking amazing. Like their whole night was great.
This is why I love Private Party. Like, I don't want to hear it from anybody, especially you, Brad. Okay? I'm just saying, me and him and going at it on Twitter. I can't with you.
And if AEW is watching, like, clip that and put it all into BT next week. I think that could make up the entire BT next week. It was great.
Listen, Nick's on my list right now because, like, I'm mad at him. Like, you're cutting out my Private Party, and this is why Matt Jackson is on the list of husband. And that's why Nick's not. Okay, I'm mad. You on the list? You're not on the list of husbands. You're on the shit list. Like
that's almost copyright infringement list. Or you're on the list. You got to be careful.
Well, that's what's going on right now. But
anywho,
I love the whole thing with Matt when he was like opening up his mouth, and then all of a sudden like the lightning, and then Private Party like turned around. Like I was dying with all that.
Yeah, like
stuff.
Matt joined in too. He like mouthed dead.
Yeah, but he didn't say anything, so I will forgive Matt.
Okay.
But Nick, you on the list, so you better be careful.
So this next part literally made me pee my pants, and I tweeted this out because I literally was dying in the whole Dark Order room thing. But the way Brody Lee entered the room and was yelled at Uno, and he was like, "What?" And then he whips the printed out emails at his face, and the sound Uno makes is the best part. And then like a second later, Brody Lee, 40 effing freaking emails. So he's pissed that no one's been listening to the campaign emails and returning it. And then he assigns it to your boy Reynolds and Silver, and they're like all excited about it. So they think it's like a promotion.
We need justice for those two guys too. Like seriously, we need more.
We had another TH2 bit. Again, complaining some more. It was kind of like the same thing. Their hate on the Young Bucks. They're kind of calling themselves the real true hybrid gods of wrestling, which is okay.
I miss them. Like I keep forgetting about them. I need them to come back because we haven't got much of them, so I need to see more.
And Jack Evans is just crazy. That guy is a psycho. Even his promos, he's just twisted. Best friends were like all sitting with each other thinking of a bit. The one bit they brought up was Brandon Cutler like thinking of killing him.
The Home Alone bits.
The plot, yeah, the Home Alone plot.
Like, stop! We're gonna put the doorknob on fire. Like you're gonna. I was like, oh my goodness.
And then Orange Cassidy, of course, suggests his Fast and the Furious because he's obsessed with it. And then we get Matt and Brandon with the red and blue pill for his rib injury, quote unquote. And then Matt says he can't take it because they're Christian AF.
That's a shirt now too, right? I think.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, I'm like, of course, it's a shirt. It's a t-shirt company. So,
why wouldn't the t-shirt company have a t-shirt?
But it was great because Matt took back his vest, and then really quickly, Brandon's like, my wife made you that vest. So shout out to you, Denise, on that part. Hangman offers alcohol to Matt, and Christian's like, and he goes, oh. And this is kind of like a thing at the end of this episode. And then as he said that to Hangman and walks by him, you hear Hangman in the background. Yeah, me too.
Oh my jeez.
And then the whole private party or Hardy party. They offer him that this ain't water stuff, and then they tell him he's Christian AF. So, and the best part of all this, I think, was the new outro that Maria made with Matt bleeding.
Yeah, she had told me like before, like that she had added something. So it was like I knew to like look for it. So it was like the minute I was dying, I was like, this is great. I was like, oh man, too funny.
So that was BT. It was a good episode. It was definitely better than last week. Quickly, Dark again. There's one thing that I want to make a suggestion for Dark. I think Tiff, I think you would agree with this. Mm-hmm. I think we need to start seeing. I guess we can call them quote unquote enhancement talent. I think they need to start facing each other. You know what I mean? I think we got to kind of stop or slowly kind of not overkill the show with established AEW star versus enhancement talent. Right. I think they kind of have to have a healthy mix. Like have those matches, obviously, to kind of showcase the AEW stars, but also have the healthy mix and maybe like a Pineapple Pete against a Robert Anthony or a Robert Anthony against a, I don't know, someone else like a Musa or a David Ali. You gotta. I kind of feel like these guys kind of need to get some wins, maybe.
It would be. I mean, I get it. Like you're trying to push your AEW roster, but you're right. It doesn't have to be every match like that. But I wouldn't mind like one or two matches that you can face these other two, so they can kind of shine, right?
Yeah, I just want to see a healthy mix. To me, like I'm watching Dark and I'm starting to get the feels of, okay, this is kind of like almost like a repetitive pace. Like it's enhancement talent against AEW star, and we already know what's going to happen. So why watch?
Right. Yeah. So I agree with that. So if you don't want to do all of it, do a couple of them. So
yeah. So Brian Cage beat Robert Anthony. I just want to say first, I love Brian Cage's promo it's not his promo, it's pyro, the way he does it on the stage. Really cool. SCU beat Musa and David Ali. It was basically just like an experienced tag team versus the New Blood. It was a decent match. Spears faced Pineapple Pete. This was actually a good match. I enjoyed that match. Tully gave Spears like basically like a fist packer, like this like metal object for Spears to pack his fist, and knocked out Pete. So Spears is gaining momentum. That's pretty good. It's a good sign for that. Lance Archer basically ate Griff Garrison for breakfast because he brought out another victim to the ring and destroyed Garrison. And then the guy from the back again. So he destroyed the same guy that he brought out with him in his entrance twice, in the beginning of the match and the end of the match. So Lance Archer is just an absolute monster, and I cannot wait. I know they're going to hold off on that, but the day that Lance Archer and Brian Cage come head-to-head is going to be an absolute destruction. It's just going to be crazy. This was a good match, though. This was not enhancement talent versus AEW star. We actually had Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela team up to face Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds. So you had your boy, the Beaver Boys, actually have a tag team match. I love the new team of Kiss and Janela. I know it's not really clicking with everybody. I'm for it. I'm for giving it a chance and letting it blossom. I know it's not anything too special right now. We kind of have to wait and see what they're going to do. I can't see them being like the head of the tag team division, but I can see them being a good team and, like a playable team in the division.
See, me, I can appreciate it because they come from like around here.
Yeah, between like Jersey, right?
Area. Yeah. So like I could appreciate it more than others, but I think a lot of people are getting behind it. I haven't really seen so many people that weren't really behind it.
I saw a few today or during Dynamite last night. So people were like, it was cool at first, but are kind of like losing their interest. I kind of want to wait and see what it does, especially with the cool promo that they did with them with the car and the gas station. Yeah, that was awesome.
I love that the sunglasses were part of the match that Joey picked up.
That he picked up, yeah.
Yeah, and he had to turn the match last night. So like, I it's those little things that like I appreciate very much.
Mel versus Kylie King. I do want to make note here that Kylie King, I think AEW needs to keep an eye on her. I think I see a lot of potential in that girl. She's got the size, she's got the look. I think she can be a really good player in that women's division. This is kind of like Mel's first match back. I don't remember if she ever had a singles match before COVID, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess you can say it's her first match in a while. She's got like an insane finisher, like a chokeslam spinebuster combo. So, yeah, Mel won that one. Sky beat Lee Johnson. Shout out Darren. Lee Johnson's Enough is Enough.
I'm going to see Darren actually in a couple of weeks. I'm going to crack open some champagne with him. I'm gonna get some video of it for you guys. So we're gonna celebrate this win with AEW with him.
So Scorpio Sky's jacket, he threw it to Austin Gunn, who Austin Gunn is, I guess you can call him the wearer of jackets, because anybody that comes out with a jacket, Austin Gunn, you bet your ass is wearing it, if they're a babyface.
Yeah.
But it was a good match. Both look really good. Then there was a very weird 6-man tag match that confused the hell out of me. So you got Jurassic Express against Luther, Serpentico, and Max Caster or Laster. I can't remember. I can't see what I wrote down here. Anyways, you got Luther, who's the absolute psycho, and God, his screams in the ring. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Serpentico, sweet, good luchador. I liked him. And then that Laster guy, he kind of like a funny wannabe rapper type of wrestler. It was a decent match. I don't know. Luther and Serpentico kind of left Laster in the ring for Jurassic Express to triple team them, and then they won. It is what it is. And the main event was a fun match to watch. I suggest anybody to go back and watch this. Peter Avalon faced Orange Cassidy. Gun Club were freaking out because Austin got to get Orange Cassidy's jean jacket. He put it on. He was like losing his crap. It was hilarious. It was a good main event. I thought it was really good. Good to see some of Avalon. He actually got some offense in here. And Orange Cassidy went with the Superman punch. Pretty good. Pretty good episode of Dark. Not going to lie. But yeah, healthy mix of enhancement versus enhancement. I kind of want to see that more.
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So they can show off more of what their specialty is. So. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm sorry I didn't get the name right. My God, can you lay off?
He's just busting your shot.
If I sat here and did research for every single person, no one would listen. It'd be boring. It'd be like I'm sitting here reading a book. Anywho, Rihu. Moving on. Going to the predictions.
All right, we're going
to the predictions here.
All right, let's do it.
Because it will tie in. I want to sit there and talk about Dynamite, but Dynamite will tie into some of these matches. So,
okay, let's do it.
We'll start with night one.
Okay.
And the first match we're going to talk about, guys, is the match that was made on this week's Dynamite. Jurassic Express will face off against MJF and Wardlow.
Yeah.
So, interesting tag team matchup here. This feud has kind of been building for a couple of weeks on Dynamite and Dark. Wardlow and Luchasaurus tore it up on Dynamite. I was a fan of that lumberjack match. I think it could have gone longer, but I thought it was pretty good. They did a lot of cool spots, like a lot of cool diving spots. I feel like these two can have a very entertaining match at Fyter Fest. But the question is, Tiff, do we finally maybe get some more of deception between MJF and Wardlow? Because we kind of got a small tease of it a couple of weeks ago. Like, are we? Because I can't see MJF and Wardlow being a tag team, like a serious tag team players in the division. They can't.
No,
Wardlow,
definitely not.
From what I've seen from him on Dynamite, he was way better than Luchasaurus. I'm just gonna say that. I know Luchasaurus is great, but he stuck out more to me on Dynamite this week. I think Wardlow could be a serious player. and he looks like he's improving more and more after every match. I want to say that we see some MJF and Wardlow deception. I kind of feel like we're going to get something. Like it's going to, like, Wardlow's going to, like, MJF is going to lose his shit because Wardlow did something, and, you know, maybe, like, MJF goes for a tag and Wardlow kind of steps down and doesn't tag in MJF, and that's kind of, like, what starts some little bit of deception. That's what led to my pick, and I'm picking Jurassic Express over Wardlow and MJF.
Ooh. Conrad said in the chat, not yet. MJF and Wardlow maybe Full Gear.
Full Gear. So you're gonna wait all the way till November? Yeah, that's. I mean, it's sort of logical at this point. I think
MJF needs a damn title shot.
Yeah, it's just weird to tease that deception a couple weeks ago, and then kind of just forget about it.
Well, maybe we're gonna get like a slow build for it. So I don't know about Full Gear. Maybe All Out. I mean, it's still a long way. Damn, Conrad, you just like swayed me now. Like, damn. Oh my goodness. Now I'm thinking about. See, I'm going in like I was like, okay, Jurassic Express. Like, so like I agree with Kyle because this is bad. This is what happens when we're going live during the podcast. A lot of times my mind changes or whatever like that.
Yeah, we never share our predictions until now.
We never share predictions. So it's like, I mean, you guys can tell because if you watch past predictions between me and Kyle, like we go in at each other. So we never tell each other what we pick because we like to go at it live on the podcast. But now like Conrad just like swayed me. Oh man, Conrad, damn. I like thinking about this because
or maybe not exactly Wardlow turns on MJF, but something happens where it was incidental, like it's not clear as day, but then MJF kind of still blames Wardlow for it, but then kind of says like, nah, you're cool, bud. You're cool.
Yeah, because I'm kind of with like Conrad. Like I'm thinking Mox and MJF at All Out. I've been thinking that because he hasn't been like defeated and he could keep going on, and just me saying that is making me want to change my pick right now. But you know what? This is no. I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna say Jurassic Express, and Wardlow's gonna take the pin for this.
Oh,
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it saves MJF.
It saves MJF, and he can still be like undefeated. But this is a tag team match, so like that's different in the rankings. So I'm still like Jurassic Express needs this win. So, but I'm liking this. You swayed me, Conrad. Not fair. Not nice.
So we stay with the even pick there. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. We're gonna stay with this.
I'm interested to see what happens here because I think you're right. I think for sure Wardlow takes the pin. It's not going to be an MJF pinfall war. If they win, I can maybe see MJF stealing the victory from Wardlow, like tagging himself in and picking up the win. And that causes some turmoil between both of them. Like Wardlow kind of looks going like, what the hell? You just stole the win from me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe
I like that though. Like, yeah, so definitely that. But see, this is the thing. This happens to me every
starting off hot
show. Like, but yeah. So, but no, I definitely feel like I do think MJF. I've been saying this for a while. MJF deserves a title shot right now. It's not going to be the TNT title shot. He deserves an actual title shot. I believe All Out is going to be him and Moxley. I really do think that. So.
Okay. So we'll move on to the next one. I know you're very excited about this match. So we got Santana and Ortiz against Private Party with Matt Hardy, or I guess you can call them the Party Hardy or Hardy Party, however you like to pronounce them. Hardy Party? You're going to say Hardy Party?
Party.
But basically, this screams
Mm-hmm.
a Tiffany area matchup here, but we're seeing an AEW again.
This is a New York match right here, and I put a tweet out earlier last night because I was talking to a friend, and we were saying how like these two teams have wrestled so many times, and I actually put out, if you go on my personal Twitter, guys, I put out one when they faced each other at Limitless. Ooh. So if you could actually get like a of it. Like you could see they've wrestled each other so many times, I promise you this is going to be such a great match.
You know what, Tiff? This is the perfect time, if anything. Guys, if you want to see some classic matches between these two teams, all you have to do is download the Power Slam Wrestling Network. That's right. That is the No Holds Barred Network sponsor. Use code No Holds Free. You'll enjoy 1 month free trial, and you can watch all their previous matches together because these teams have faced each other many a times, and I bet you could find it on there. So Power Slam Wrestling Network, guys, go check it out and use code No Holds Free and enjoy 1 month free trial. Perfect way to transition that in there. I heard you talking about that. I'm like, okay, this is the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, no, you know me. I am the indie queen. So definitely, like, I just, again, like I said, I was just thinking about it like last night. I was like, oh, I said, I want to, like I said, me and one of my friends were talking about this last night. And I was like, and then I was like, you know what? I feel like looking this up right now. And I did. So, and then I enjoyed their match. So I shared it with you guys. It's on my Twitter page.
So this match was announced in the middle of Dynamite. The friendship built with Hardy and Private Party, Hardy Party. We know that story that's been going on, and Santana and Ortiz alongside with them. We know the history. So Matt will be at ringside for this match, but which version? Are we going to get classic Matt? Are we going to get like a different kind of Matt Hardy? Are we going to get Damascus? It's going to be interesting to see what version of Matt comes out. In the picture, he's I guess he's, I don't even know what that is. What version of Matt
he's gonna come out as Party Hardy. It's gonna be a new one, and he's gonna come.
They're probably gonna have a new T-shirt.
Wait a minute, Quinn's gonna have him in a bedazzled shirt. That's what it is, because Quinn loves his bedazzled shirts. So,
no, I can see a new T-shirt. I can see a Hardy Party T-shirt debuting at Fyter Fest.
Oh man,
100%.
I need it. I need to buy because I need to support my boys.
Yeah, so. But it should be a very good match. We obviously Tiff knows the history that these two can have really good matches. This could potentially be the match stealer of night one, without a shadow of a doubt. So I'm excited to get these two teams to go at it in front of the AEW audience, in front of a free audience, nonetheless. Yes. But the winner, it was actually very tough for me. I kind of did like the two sides of the chart kind of thing between like what the advantages of Santana Ortiz, what the advantages of Private Party winning, and it came down to me picking your boys Private Party to pick up the victory over Santana and Ortiz.
Private Party. My boys, you guys know it. I have to pick my boys. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Nope.
They're coming out with Matt Hardy, right? Like Ray and me were talking about this earlier. Because they're coming out with Matt, we got a storyline building that Matt's gonna be with Private Party, and they need this win very, very bad. Okay, we need to start building up Private Party because 2021 is gonna be the year of Private Party.
I got an interesting question here for you, Tiff. So we know Matt's got a brother, and I'm almost certain that Jeff's gonna probably let his contract run out with his current WWE contract. And we know that for sure he might want to come to AEW. We don't know, but I kind of assume so. I think maybe in the future we'll probably get a Hardy Boys versus Private Party match in AEW. You know what I mean?
Would love that. They love the
like a passing of the torch kind of match. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe. Stop it, Brad. Stop. Stop being a troll in the chat. That's not turning and joins the inner circle. Stop it right now.
Boy. That'd be crazy.
We're gonna fight.
God, that would be insane. But we'll move on to another tag team match. It's a huge tag team match because it involves the World Tag Team Championships. That is Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, who are the current champions, facing off against the Best Friends, who are getting a much deserved championship opportunity here, Tiff. I know you can agree with me with that. Like it's been in the works and in the making for them to finally get a tag team championship opportunity. They've been around since the beginning, and they're finally getting their chance at it. Best Friends, again, like they're receiving their well-deserved title match, but Kenny Omega and Hangman have gotten to be better friends lately, and this actually could mean trouble, Tiff. This could mean trouble for the Best Friends, who kind of hold them. I mean, they do hold the tag team chemistry, I guess you can say, over Hangman and Kenny Omega, but lately Omega and Page have kind of found that ground where they're getting along off, like out of the ring, and that's transitioning to them having better chemistry in the ring. So that could be something that could put, the best friends having to put more work into this match, which I'm sure they're going to. They're going to come into this match having kind of gone through everything in preparation for it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Will the champs be dethroned, Tiff? I think so. I think, by the way, Kenny Omega has been talking on BTE lately and about wanting to go back to the old Kenny and prove to his most recent critics that he is still the old Kenny Omega and can still have those and still be a dominant player in the singles tag team division. I think for sure Kenny Omega could still do that, and I think this is the perfect time to change the belts and have both Kenny and Hangman go their separate ways. I know they've gained the friendship lately, but that kind of like was just the Band-Aid put on the Elite, who were in trouble because Hangman was kind of like the odd man out, but now that, they kind of sort of put a Band-Aid on that, he's sort of kind of more okay with Kenny than the Young Bucks, obviously. But I think this is the perfect time for the best friends to win the championship. I think Kenny and Hangman need to separate. We need an actual established tag team with the titles right now, especially because the division is growing. We're getting all the tag teams back. We saw the Lucha Brothers are back. FTR is here. We need an established tag team that's an actual tag team to hold on to those titles. And that's why I'm picking the best friends and new AEW World Tag Team Champions.
I'm with you on this one. Best friends.
Ooh.
Been building the best friends for all this time, okay? And I honestly, I'm going to jump ahead. This is the only belts that's changing, is the tag team belt. That's how I feel. This is the only belts that are changing at Fyter Fest. And, I'm ready for Kenny and Paige to go back into like singles run. I mean, I wouldn't care. I can see maybe some Paige versus Cody Rhodes eventually. I'm ready for it. I kind of like Brad's thought in the chat. He kind of said where Paige eats the pin, and this is where Kenny finally turns and goes back to the cleaner, because I want Kenny to go back.
Yeah,
and
I'd like that.
Heel Kenny, because I love heel Kenny. He's better for me, that I personally like. And I feel like with the tag team belts, you finally need to put it on a new tag team that you've been building up. So I think right now this is where it needs to go. It needs to go on the best friends. It needs to. So
I think the one thing with heel Kenny is the world has become accustomed to heel Kenny so much that if we go back to live crowds, there's no way in hell that Kenny Omega heel gets booed by anybody. People have been scratching and waiting for heel Kenny to come back, that they're gonna cheer that. It's basically gonna be like Chris Jericho. He'll get the comedic boos, but in the end, Chris Jericho gets cheered every time he comes out by everybody. So we'll see what happens with that. I kind of see them just going in their own directions after they kind of they talk about it maybe on BT or the next Dynamite on in a off-screen promo or off-ring promo where they're just like, it's time to go our separate ways. I'm going to go this way. You're going to go that way. I don't know. Something like that. But I think for sure, best friends, I think this is a well-deserved title opportunity and a title really finally winning the championships. So it'll be cool. I can't wait for that. Next, on night one, we actually have another champion. There's 3 title matches on night one. It's crazy. I thought they would split it, but night one is just championship filled. Hikaru Shida is going to face Penelope Ford for the women's championship, and it looks like Kip Sabian will be at ringside for this match.
Hopefully he's got new glasses.
I was just going to say, hopefully he can see at ringside, but those glasses are really cool, by the way.
They were $500, so she owes him the $500. But yeah, with all his typos yesterday on Twitter, I was dead. I was like, oh man, this is great.
The one thing I noticed during that brawl last night on Dynamite, there was a former NXT guy. I noticed it, and it was picked out on Twitter. His name was Cesar Bononi, I think his name. He used to be in NXT, not really big in NXT. This guy's not a needle mover in any company, but I noticed him at ringside there, which is weird. I'm not sure. I was like, okay, I've seen this guy before, and I had to dig and find who the hell it was, but he was there. But anyways, as for these two girls, this is Arbononi. As for these two girls, Ford's been gaining momentum as of late, especially on Dark and Dynamite. She's finally getting a title match. I think she kind of deserves a title match. She's put into work the last couple of months, especially during COVID.
Definitely.
She's gotten to Sheeta's head too the last couple of weeks, which could be a downfall for Sheeta. This is a freshly made. Who's the freshly made champ? Like, she just won it at Double or Nothing.
Right.
Will Kip Sabian make his presence known in the match? Maybe because I guess we just talked about it. He's pissed from his glasses being broke. Will someone maybe come to Sheeta's aid if he tries to get involved? There's someone that's gonna, like a Pineapple Pete or somebody, or will the referee throw
Pineapple Pete,
or will the referee throw
more.
Sabian out? But as for a winner, I'm picking winner and still AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida. Way too early for her to drop the belt. Way too early.
Yeah.
But I think they'll still have a pretty decent match.
Yeah, I'm with you on. I'm with you on this one. 100%. So it's too soon. I love Penelope Ford. Don't get me wrong. I'm down to see her more, but not ready for put gold on her yet. So Sheeta's me and Kyle's girl. Yeah. You can just keep the belt on her. We're moving on.
It's not. I don't feel it's big enough for her to just win the belt. Like this build is really the build is not even that long, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like there could be any kind of way that it would make sense for Penelope Ford to win the championship here.
Yeah.
So, anywho, last match of the night for night number 1, and that is the TNT championship match between Cody Rhodes and Jake Hager, however you like to say it.
Wait, can I make the joke about like the press conference? Wasn't he like not allowed to be in the house that she doesn't,
Oh yeah, was there something with her wife?
His whole thing? Right. Yeah. I was talking about this yesterday on Twitter. It was like he got allowed in the house. What is she doing at like Dynamite now? I thought losers are not allowed in the house.
Shake my head.
Bad joke.
Wow.
Bad joke.
Anywho.
My apologies.
So yeah, there was that big press conference thing that they had on Dynamite this week, USC style. I kind of liked it. You know what? I'm for that they do stuff like that. I just don't want them to do it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like tuck this away for like another big major title fight, like somewhere later down the road.
I can do it out this, to be honest with you. I feel like this was like filler in Dynamite last night, but
I like it. It creates like a big fight feel. Like you gotta add stuff. You gotta add elements to make it a big fight, because that's Cody. That's what he's all about. He's all about making every fight a big fight.
I get that.
But I think the press conference should be saved for like later on, maybe when they finally get, in a couple years, when they get their first the stadium show, if they're going to do one at the Jacksonville. And it's got to be like a big marquee match for them to do that too, like an Omega versus someone, or you know what I mean. But as for this match in particular, you can really count on one hand at Cody Rhodes' title defenses, because it's so new. And this is a very interesting match to look at because of that. Cody has shown that he can defend the title and the brand of TNT. He's been very well in his recent title fights, proving he's a fighting champion, obviously with that weekly open challenging, except for this week. Hager made his presence known and took Cody's open challenge at Fyter Fest. Hager is getting his first taste at championship opportunity now in AEW as well. Again, I said that the press conference I thought was very well done. I would love to see more in the future. Cody and Hager should have a physical type of match, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Mr. Cody Rhodes will in fact be bleeding at Fyter Fest.
I agree with you with this.
Because big fight,
yes,
plus Cody equals blood.
No, wait. Our prediction should be, how long will it take before Cody starts bleeding?
I'm going to say between the 5 and 8 minute mark of the match. I'm
going to say 10 minutes.
Okay. We'll see when he starts bleeding. I'll have a timer watching this match. Watch, he's going to bleed within like the first 30 seconds. It's going to be like a straight punch, and he's going to start bleeding.
Oh, jeez.
But he said in the press conference he loves a taste of his own blood. He's kind of telling. I mean, he's kind of. But you know what I mean? He's kind of telling us that he's going to bleed without it even happening yet. So.
Oh man.
Anyways, I think it's too early for Cody to lose the belt. Way too early, especially when it's not even being completely made yet. It's not even finished. Like, the plates are not on it yet. And his whole open challenge concept, I still think they're going to have a good match. But Cody Rhodes will find a way to drag his bloody carcass over Jake Hager and pin or make him tap out for the victory.
Cool. So I'm with you with this with Cody. Cody's keeping his belt. It's too soon to take it off of him. This is going to stay on him for a while. I don't know who's going to take it off of him. Actually, no. I feel like we're going to get our rematch with MJF.
Yeah.
That I don't know when. It's not going to be this year. It's too soon. I think MJF's going to get an AEW title shot. I think maybe like next All Out or something. I think this belt's going to stay on Cody for a long time.
You
I
think
MJF
it's going to stay on that long?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Well, either way, I feel like one of the pay-per-views, if it's not All Out next year, maybe Double or Nothing. Maybe we get the rematch of MJF and Cody, and I think MJF is going to take the title off of him because I don't see MJF getting the AEW title. Not yet. It's way too soon. A couple of years from now, I can see MJF with the AEW title, but I feel MJF would be perfect to take off of Cody because we could rekindle that feud.
As for this match in particular, Hager is an interesting character to me. We haven't really seen a lot out of him. Since AEW started, he's been mainly the bodyguard of Chris Jericho. He's had maybe, 2 or 3 matches in all of AEW. I kind of think they need to do something with him. We need a little bit more out of him. Something, because it's not really clicking with me too much lately. I think he's becoming really bland. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he's a dual contract. He's got a contract with Bellator that he's not... he's prior obligated to not do it that much with AEW, but still kind of be there. I don't know. It's not doing it for me. I don't know what it is. Something with Hager needs to happen, and it needs to change. So that's why, obviously, it factors into me picking that he's not going to win the TNT belt, even if this was like a year in.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be picking Jake Hager. Anywho, night two.
All right, let's go.
Night numero deux. We got the Young Buckies. And FTR, whatever you guys want to say FTR stands for, it's all up to you. But Young Bucks and FTR facing off against the Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Brothers. The return of Pentagon Jr. and Dynamite this week. And now we have Tiff with her FTR sign into the camera. Hello, Tiff. FTR. Yes. Tiff, what do you have FTR standing for?
I don't know.
Free the... I don't know.
Okay, Kyle. Let's go.
I can't. I'm not going to sit here and think of creative ways to do FTR.
All right. Anyway, let's go on.
For the Revolt. No, they can't do that. Anyways, Butcher and Blade, Lucha Brothers teaming up. I thought that was pretty cool what they did on Dynamite. Like taking FTR's car, threatening to smash it with a baseball bat if they came any closer. And then the Lucha Brothers kind of returning. So it's cool. It's going to be an interesting dynamic because FTR is basically the complete opposite. What are you laughing at?
Chat is killing me. Ray said, follow the Ray. Margaret said, F the Republicans. And Kilroy said, follow the rules.
Kilroy, it's my boy. Follow the rules. I mean, that makes sense, right? They're all about the rules of tag team,
You guys
right?
are funny. Like, I feel like that should be a fan tweet. Wrong answers only. What does FTR stand for?
God.
We should do that and put that on our show next week.
Yes, clip that. Another match put together in the Go Home show. We've seen this kind of build between FTR and the Butcher and the Blade and the Young Bucks over the last couple of weeks. Again, Lucha Brothers finally back after Pentagon not being allowed into the country due to COVID restrictions. It's good to see him back together and safe. This match is another showcase match at Fyter Fest to prove that AEW really does have the best tag team division in the world, period. This is going to be a very interesting match. FTR is going to go out there proving that, that all these other teams, they're going to go out there and prove to them that they are the real tag team wrestlers, and they're going to show them how real tag team wrestling looks. All the way down to the rules, like what Kilroy said, follow the rules, the tag rope. You have to hold the rope when you're tagging someone. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about FTR. They're all about doing tag team wrestling right, and it's going to be an interesting dynamic because the Lucha Brothers are literally the complete opposite of FTR. So it's gonna be interesting to see how those two go together in the ring. Besides that, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see how they get along. We know that FTR and Young Bucks kind of have some, bad blood against each other. Butcher and Blade and Lucha Brothers, they're not really, you can't really say they're on the same page at least. They kind of, like, Butcher and Blade want to get their hands on FTR. Lucha Brothers are probably still have some heat on the Young Bucks, but, they kind of want to get at FTR because they're the new guys.
The best feuds are with the Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers.
But Lucha Brothers and Butcher and the Blade, they're not teams that work together with other teams, so that's where there's a little bit of, blood there. It's going to be a very good and spot-filled match for sure. Spot-filled is an understatement. There's going to be so many spots in this match, it's going to be hard to even keep track. I can tell this match is going to be insane. But the winners, I think FTR and Young Bucks are going to get it done. I think for sure they're going to get it done. There's going to be like another stare down after. There's going to be something between these two teams, but I think Young Bucks and FTR finally get it done.
This is where I disagree with you.
Why?
Because I don't think that they're going to pick up the win. I think this is going to be where the FTR starts talking smack after they lose, and they'll be like, this is why we don't mess with the Young Bucks and blah, 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 blah. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah. I just feel like it's not gonna happen. I'm glad that the Butcher and the Blade are back, and we need to start building them as well. So, but no, I think this is gonna be the start of the build up between the Young Bucks and FTR. It's not yet. We said maybe. We're hoping all out. Because I don't think they're gonna drag it so long, because this is what we do want. But I feel like it's gonna be a start. And then be like, oh, this is why we don't mess with the Young Bucks. So I'm going with Butcher and Blade and Lucha Brothers.
I feel if they do it right and they want to do like a year build with these guys, they could probably drag it out to Revolution, because year builds could work if done right. We've seen it we've seen in wrestling that year builds can work if you do the builds right. You start off with interaction, then you kind of fade away, and then you kind of slowly bring it back in between until you want to do the match.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. Like I wouldn't mind them going at it all out, but then I wouldn't mind it at the same time if they dragged it out longer. But again, doing it properly. So as for the next match, we have SCU and the Dark Order. Well, I guess Dark Order plus Colt Cabana, because we don't really know if he's officially with them. Really hasn't been too much confirmation, but we have all three members of SCU facing off against Brody Lee. Stu Grayson has been chosen out of all the rest. I thought he would go with 10. Like, 10's kind of been built as almost like his right-hand man kind of thing, but he's choosing Stu Grayson, which is a good pick. Stu Grayson's a good wrestler.
It's time.
And Colt Cabana. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, but I do want to make one note here that this there's some news that kind of broke out. It slowly leaked out. It's all but confirmed yet, but this will be most likely the last time that all three members of SCU team with each other, because it is being said that Scorpio Sky is now going to be transitioned into a singles competitor on Dynamite. So we've seen this. He's been wrestling in singles competition on Dark lately, and it's just been Kazarian and CD. It looks like with the news out of, I think it was yesterday, I read it, that Scorpio Sky is going to be a singles competitor now. It's huge.
I'm down for that. We've been saying this for like a long time. Like, give Scorpio Sky the push. It's time. Like, I want to see it. He's good. He can go on his own.
But the thing is now is with like what happens to SCU now, Tiff? Because CD can't do this forever, and clearly he's getting up there in age.
He looks so good in the ring, though. It doesn't matter.
I know he looked good this week,
he's
but
the fallen angel. He could still go. This is still gonna go.
Tiff, he's not 25 anymore.
He's still good.
I know he's still good, and he's getting up there in age. So
we're not gonna think about it.
Okay. I just want to see. I wonder what's gonna happen. I think it would be cool. You know what I think? I think it would be cool if the deception happens where Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. I saw this idea somewhere on Twitter that these two have a career versus career match, and that's how Christopher Daniels chooses to go out. He has a career match against Kazarian. Kazarian kind of turns heel, and he defeats Christopher Daniels and ends his career.
We'll see.
But I'm all, again, like you said, I'm all for Scorpio getting the singles run. But this could be the last time, guys. If the news is true, we'll see what happens. This is an interesting matchup, though. SCU and Dark Order. So we've seen the story where Colt Cabana is joining the Dark Order I guess you can say, joining the team. This week's Dynamite, Brody was it was showcased that Brody was showcasing to Colt Cabana what could happen if he joins. I mean, he got that win. Colt Cabana was the legal guy, but the way Brody Lee kind of delivered it, he gave the big boot or the finisher and kind of said, "There you go. This is what happens when you wrestle with us. You get wins." So could Colt be playing the Dark Order though? Could he be playing them? Or you should be a very good match. Will we see maybe the full transition of Colt joining the Dark Order after this if they pick up the victory? I don't know. I do have the Dark Order going over though. I'm picking Dark Order winning over SCU here and continuing that trend of Brody Lee showing to Colt, this is what happens if you join the Dark Order. You can't just make him lose now because it wouldn't make sense. Unless that Colt did something that he turned on the Dark Order. Unless Colt acts like he was playing the Dark Order all this time and that's the reason why they lose this match, then there's no reason that Dark Order shouldn't win. So I'm picking Dark Order.
I'm going with Dark Order and Colt Cabana as well because Colt's gonna get the pin on this. He's gonna. I don't know who he's gonna pin, but he's definitely gonna win this one. So he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm winning," with Dark Order. So I feel like it's gonna be a slow build of him joining, and then eventually he's gonna turn on.
It's something different for Colt. You know what I mean? It's
I'm down
it's
for
crazy.
it. So
and I wonder if Brody Lee does a finisher or Grayson does a finisher, and they kind of just go there you go again. They tag him in or something. There you go, get the win.
Yeah, no, Brad's right. The Colt is pinning Daniel. So no, Kilroy, no.
Ooh,
no.
Kilroy. Ooh.
No, never.
Anywho,
Rehoo. All right, who are we going on to?
We're going to Lance Archer with Justin Roberts against Joey Janela, who I presume will be with
Justin Roberts.
Jake Roberts. Sorry.
What's going on?
Yeah, Justin Roberts, didn't you know, is now the new manager of Lance Archer. Jake is actually going to be doing ring announcing now. So they've switched it up.
I'm done.
Yeah. And then Joey Janela is sure to have Sonny Kiss in his corner. So I'm, you know what, poor Joey Janela. But we have a prop bet. I want to get a prop bet going here. Who does Lance Archer bring out in his entrance this week?
No boy.
Is it going to be someone from production? Is it going to be someone from catering? Is it going to be an enhancement talent? We got to get a prop bet going. I think it's going to be an enhancement talent. I think it's going to be one of the dark people.
Yeah. Poor Pineapple Pete.
Yeah. Oh, God, I hope it's not him. No, he'll be at ringside. This feud sort of started on Dark a few weeks ago. It was weird because I mentioned it on the podcast a few weeks ago that Lance Archer randomly came out in an episode of Dark during Janela and Kiss's tag team match and kind of stared down Janela. So I presume this is where this is coming from. And then nothing really came out of it until this week on Dynamite, where Lance Archer lived up to his moniker of everybody dies, and he came out and absolutely flattened both Kiss and Janela. Just laid them out. Dunskies. That's it. I pray Joey is ready for this match. I really do, because it does not look good. And I presume you're going with me, Tiff. Lance Archer over Joey Janela in this match.
Yeah.
If you picked Joey Janela, this could be a Vegas bet for you to win lots of money if Joey Janela wins this match.
I mean, it would be good, but the fact that if you're building him in Sonny Kiss, but then I could see it that way as well, but I don't see it happening. So I'm sorry, Joey Janela. I love you. But
you know what? I kind of want to put some money on Joey Janela in Vegas, because if he wins, that's a lot of money right there. Because I kind of want to see the betting odds between Lance Archer and Joey Janela. That's can't be that great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is interesting now. So Nyla Rose, they haven't said who she's facing, but she said she's going to be in action. But that's not the biggest part of this. The biggest part of it is that they made mention of it on commentary last night, and Tony Khan revealed on AEW Unrestricted, shoutouts to them, today, that this is very huge. And her announcement is very huge, and but he left it off saying anything could happen. something is happening with this Nyla Rose announcement. I don't know what it is, but she has a very important announcement with it. But it also says she's in action, so I imagine she's gonna squash some enhancement talent like the girl from Your Mama's Kitchen, Red Velvet or something, and then she's gonna get to her announcement. But I'm interested to see what this is because they said it's huge. And Tony Khan went on a podcast today, a special edition of Unrestricted, to say that something big is happening with this announcement and anything could happen. So I'm very intrigued as to what this is going to be. Maybe a new faction? Maybe. Something here. Assuming she'll be squashing that enhancement talent, so I'm picking the winner, Nyla Rose, obviously. I don't think... do we do a prediction for this?
Yeah.
Tiff, you're going to pick the enhancement talent to win?
Well, this is my theory, right? This is actually I was talking about this with Ray earlier, so I kind of like this thought process. So I'm picking Nyla Rose. Obviously, I'm going with.
I don't
her
think we should count this as a prediction because
anyway, last night I was saying something last night. I was like, what the hell happened to Awesome Kong and Aja Kong? I was like, can you imagine if they come back?
Aja Kong. Oh my god, I forgot about Aja Kong.
I was thinking about all.
What about
this
Awesome
stuff.
Kong? Where the hell has she been?
Kong, is it the one that which one is the one that's in Glow? Because she's under contract with Glow. Okay, so Awesome Kong can't be Awesome Kong because she's in.
You're talking about the one that Brandy brought out at the first Double or Nothing, right? It made it a fatal 4-way.
Yeah,
Awesome Kong.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking about that last night. I was like, I was like, but actually Ray made a good point and he's probably right. So he thinks that Rihu is coming back.
Oh.
At this. Because it's kind of like
Rihu. Or Riho.
I'm kind of like Riho. Yeah, Rihu. We call her Rihu. But I feel like we've seen this so many times. I don't want to see it again. That's just me.
I don't think it's
but I can kind of see it happening that she comes back because we haven't seen it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Actually, Brad put up a really cool thing in the chat. I would love to see that. She answers Cody Rhodes' open challenge.
What? No way. They're not gonna let intergender matches going. Right? Look, I'm all for intergender matches. We talked about this all the time.
That would break the barrier.
Huge. It's huge. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen with everything that's going on right now in the wrestling world and everything. It's just not gonna happen. It's too sensitive right now. It's not happening, Brad. I'm sorry. I'm disagreeing with you on this one. It would be cool because I'm still with intergender matches and Tony Khan's not okay with it. I was hoping eventually we'll get it, but it's not happening. So
maybe we get Awesome Kong return. A lot of people in the chat saying Awesome Kong return, and it sets up a all-out match between Nyla Rose and Awesome Kong. I'd be all for that. We'll see what happens though. It's supposed to be huge, so I mean they said they emphasize huge, so maybe it is Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to get into this is going to be a very exciting match. I'm so looking forward to this match. Cannot wait. Orange Cassidy versus Le Champion, Chris Jericho. Yes, one of Tiff's husbands.
Love him.
Her constant list of husbands.
I needed to be at his rescue last night when he went into the freaking audio thing.
Oh God, yeah.
It wasn't the camera; it was the audio, where they had the audio thing set up. He went right into it, and I don't know if you saw Trent put on Instagram of them fixing his ear and everything like that. So he didn't. It was he didn't protect himself quick enough.
I saw that. So I'm very excited for this match. I cannot wait for OC and Chris Jericho. This is going to be very entertaining. And for what we saw this week, physical. I think these two are going to try to beat the crap out of each other because Jericho cut a very, very good promo on Orange Cassidy, calling him out. He's like, if you're going to do those stupid moves on me, that's not going to happen. And he's just calling him out on all the lazy crap that he does. I think they both can put each other over very well. It's going to be a very different kind of match for sure for Jericho, but as Le Champion has proven, he is one of the best in the game and can wrestle pretty much anybody in any style at this point in his career.
He makes stars, man. Yeah. Not that Orange Cassidy isn't a star, but he makes stars.
It's gonna be very good. I can foresee a lot of antics in this match, but with a healthy mix of wrestling in there as well, because both of them can wrestle. So I'm very excited. This is gonna be a very entertaining match. But Tiff, I'm so sorry. Unfortunately for you, I'm picking Le Champion Chris Jericho to get the win over Orange Cassidy.
We're going to fight.
Don't look at me like that.
We're going to fight.
I had to go with
We're
my
gonna
gut.
Fight. Put him up because we're going to fight right now.
Okay,
How are you going to go against my husband?
We have to do the press conference first. We got to wait. Press conference.
Let's go. Okay, next week, press conference. Me and Kyle.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho.
Bring your mask.
But, okay, I got my mask. I got you. Anyway, it's happening. The orange juice spot is coming.
You think so? We're finally going to get it?
We're finally going to get the... Anyway, it's happening. The orange juice spot is coming.
You think so? We're finally going to get it?
We're finally get the... I'm going to say this like every time Orange Cassidy wrestles. Until this damn orange juice spot happens, I'm going to say it every time that we do a prediction show.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Everything pro wrestling in the chat.
No, because Jericho is the freaking man, right? Like, Jericho is the GOAT. I love him. He makes stars. This is more exciting to me than him, Orange Cassidy versus Pac. And this is going to be the match, and I hope to God we get this orange juice freaking spot where he spits it in freaking Jericho's face, because Jericho is the one that's going to take it, right? He got hit over the head with a bottle of champagne. So this is the perfect save for this spot. It has to happen. And Orange Cassidy needs this win, because he just hasn't got one, and this will be huge if he gets this win over Chris Jericho. So I'm sorry, I'm going with my husband. He's gorgeous, and
we don't want the smoke. We want the OJ.
Yes.
We want the juice.
Yes.
We want the juice.
Get spit because of COVID. Stop. They get tested all the time. Okay.
Every day.
Yes. So anyway.
Anywho, Rihu. So I'm going Jericho, you're going OC. I can't wait for that match. Should be great. Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of COVID, it kind of ties into the main event here. So, Jon Moxley is going to be facing Brian Cage with Taz for the AEW World Championship. Now, we did receive the unfortunate news over the last 24 to 48 hours of Moxley taking himself out of Dynamite this week, which is a smart thing to do. That just proves that Moxley is the hero we all need. This guy pulled himself out because of Renee Young, he obviously has been in contact with her over the last couple of weeks. Renee Young has tested positive for COVID-19. So, him doing the smart thing and not wanting to be at AEW, pulling himself out, and I'm sure AEW has pulled and have tested the people. I mean, they test every day, so they know that anyone that Moxley's come in contact with over the last couple of weeks, they'll know. The one thing is here that is if Moxley does eventually get it, because he's not showing symptoms now. We got to clarify this. He doesn't have it now. He's just pulling himself out because he's been in contact with Renee Young. And you know what? He's smart for wanting to pull himself out from that, because if Renee Young gets worse, he doesn't want to be at Fyter Fest. He doesn't want to be on AEW TV. He kind of wants to be home taking care of his wife. So we don't know. He might not get it. Again, guys, it takes up to 14 days to show symptoms with some people. He's doing the smart thing. And if Moxley eventually does get COVID-19, this match won't happen. Moxley and Cage will be moved. Now, we're going to do, I think the smart thing to do here is do a double prediction. We're going to do a prediction on if this match actually happens, and then me and you are going to think of one match we think they could do in the meantime. Maybe a replacement match. And I have a replacement match set. So, Moxley and Brian Cage, if the match happens. We'll talk about that first. AEW World Championship, again, with the tough news that we got with Moxley Renee Young. This will be another tough test for Jon Moxley. This guy has been through wars. This past year. You know what I mean? He's gone from that Omega type, I can't really say death match because I know you'll yell at me because it's not a death match, but that crazy Full Gear type of death match to the brutal war he had with Chris Jericho at Revolution, and then the thing he went through with Brody Lee in the Dark Order beatdowns. Jon Moxley's had a rough road with the lead up to his championship victory and with his championship. He hasn't had a simple road here in AEW, and now he's got to face a guy like Brian Cage. He's not going to be any walk in the park for Jon Moxley. He's shown how much of a monster that he truly is, and has the advantage over Mox so far in this feud, I think. With that whole car windshield thing, Brian Cage has shown that he's proven that he could probably take the title off of Jon Moxley. I really want to still say that it's too early for Mox to lose the title, but we don't know what AEW has plans for booking-wise. We don't know. They could take a title off somebody 2 months into it or 3 months into it if the story made sense and they have a really good story in place. But I'm going to stick with Moxley holding on to it. I think he will lose it at the right time in the right place, which this is definitely not the right time in the right place. Even if COVID wasn't happening, this won't be his only title reign, though. Moxley will have multiple title reigns in the future. This guy still has a lot to give. So I'm picking winner and still Moxley for the World Championship.
Nope. It's too soon to pull this belt off of him. So, and Cage is not the guy. Sorry. I know a lot of people think Cage is the guy. Cage is not the guy to pull this off. So, and I still think we're going to get the feud between Moxley and MJF at All Out. So,
Brian Cage just, man, he's an absolute monster, this guy, though.
He's a monster, but me personally, Moxley's the bigger guy here to hold the belt. So it's too soon to take that belt.
I don't mean like he's a monster, he's going to win the title. I'm just saying Brian Cage in general.
No, he's juiced. He's jacked. Like,
the guy eats bricks for breakfast.
Like, he's a juice. That is what I define a juice head. That's just like jacked and like no, like that. So
he probably can't touch his own back.
And then on top of that, you got to think about all those weeks that like we didn't have him and stuff, and that's not fair. That to like take the belt off of him when he never really had like proper time to like hold the belt. So this is the man to hold the belt. That belt's not coming off of him yet. Absolutely not. Cage is not the guy he's losing the belt to. Sorry.
And I've loved Taz with Cage. Taz has been a very good mouthpiece. He cut another very good promo this week. Yeah. He gets intense. Like I love how Taz he puts like all his effort into it. Like saying, where are you, Mox? Where are you? Oh, you see that, Cage? He's like pointing the camera. He's right there, sitting at home with some bullshit excuse, like bringing real world crap into this. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it was very, very crazy, and, some people would say may not need it, but, man, was that ever, like, I was like, oh, man, they're bringing, like, real-life shit into this. Like, they're making this feud intense, and you kind of need something like that for your main championship. So, I think they did a pretty good job of doing that. So, I am all for this. We're both going with Mox. Now, Tiff, if the unfortunate happens and we don't get the main main championship.
You should have prepared me like before the podcast because like I can't think of anybody.
I'm probably going to say this and you're probably going to agree with me. You're probably going to agree. I think Cody Rhodes has a double championship defense. I think he holds an open challenge. If they find out on the day of Fyter Fest or the night before that Moxley can't go, Cody Rhodes is going to say, okay, I'm defending the TNT championship on another night of Fyter Fest. I'm going to do 2 nights in a row and I'm going to hold an open challenge.
Okay. See, that I could definitely see to like make up for it since he keeps saying open challenge. Yeah. So yeah, that I can be down with.
You want to know who I think is going to answer it too if they do it that way?
Who?
So we know that Pentagon Jr. is back now.
I mean, I'd be down for a singles run with that.
If he's back, not Pentagon Jr., Pac answers the challenge.
Oh my God! Give me, take my money, please take my money.
Pac, if he's back, Pac answers the challenge and faces Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship. That would be a crazy, insane way to return. It would be a massive main event. Or I mean, you never know. I wouldn't mind Brian Cage either. Maybe Brian Cage faces Cody for the TNT Championship. That's another one that's good.
Pac, I would love to take the belt off Moxley. That's more believable to me. Not Cage. Pac. Yeah. But I love this idea. I'm all for this. Take my money.
I sat there and thinking, I'm like, man, what would be a good way to do it? I kind of Cody Rhodes stuck out to me. I'm like, Cody Rhodes, he's saying like, I want to defend this championship every week, and if Mox can't go, then he's gonna come out and say, look, it's a week. It's not like these nights are back to back, right? It's a week, so Cody Rhodes will still be fresh, and he can defend his TNT championship in that main event, and then you do it like a return or if Pac's there. But
I don't think it's gonna, because even like Brad said, he said I don't think overseas flights are running. So if that was the case, then we would see TH2. So.
Yeah, but if he wanted it enough, I'd imagine Tony Khan could fly.
You got me hyped just thinking about that. So I'm all for it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. So fingers crossed, we'll see where we're at next week. So
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's not bad and Moxley's okay to go. And we have Mox vs. Cage. I'd rather see that, but I wouldn't mind, or I could see them doing a open challenge, even if it's not Pac, still a Cody Rhodes open challenge, and they'll think of somebody to choose, and it'll be an epic match. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's it for predictions. So guys, I told you next week will be the night 1 review, which will be again Thursday back here live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and the week after will be the night 2 review. We're gonna review both nights, and it'll be right here on the All Elite Podcast. So because of that, Tiff, these people out there are fans of the podcast, and AEW fans want to do one thing in particular that's most important to make sure you're keeping up to date with us, and that is following us on all social platforms. You can follow the podcast on social platforms at All Elite Podcast on Facebook, All Elite Pod on Instagram and Twitter, on the No Holds Barred Network on Facebook as well, No Holds Barred Network. Go check out the Facebook group, guys. The No Holds Barred Facebook group. It is an awesome wrestling group on there with people post so much crap on there. It's amazing. Interact with everybody on there. Everyone's so friendly. Go check out the No Holds Barred Network Facebook group. Follow it on Twitter at NHB Network and on Instagram at No Holds Barred Network as well. And check out the new website, noholdsbarrednetwork.com, where you can keep up to date with everything wrestling podcast related on the network as well. Big shout outs to Darren and These Wolves. He lets us use the song Dead to Me for the podcast, which is used every single week. Darren, thank you very much. Thank you for letting us use the song Tom's Diner, which was the countdown song this week. Thank you very much, Darren. And go check him out, guys, and show Darren some love. Follow him out on his socials. Follow him on his music. These Wolves. Music for the elite. Yeah.
I can't wait to pop champagne with him.
Yes. I can't wait to get into Fyter Fest the next 2 weeks in a row, guys. Fyter Fest is here, night 1 and 2. Can't wait to see what happens. A pay-per-view themed Dynamite for free for us for the next 2 weeks. I mean, they could have easily just done a Saturday and made us pay for it, but we have to thank Tony Khan and everyone at AEW for giving us this for the next 2 weeks. It's amazing, especially through a time that we're going through right now, and I cannot wait to see it. And I cannot wait to see what happens with these predictions, and I just cannot wait for some more AEW. So that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this episode of the All Elite Podcast right here on the No Holds Barred Network, which is your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and always joined by my co-host. She's EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, and the Queen of the Indies herself, Tiffany. God, it should have been better, but it's not. It's okay. Guys, we'll see you guys back here next week. Same time, same great place, same day for the AEW Fyter Fest review for night 1. See you guys next time.
I don't know how the story goes. All I know is it'll end with me.